Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's Regit, and I do apologise. It's been flipping ages since the last video, hasn't it? Sorry about that, I've just been really kind of faffy, demotivated-y, and not entirely faffy, I'll be honest, right? There's been works to do, like university stuff as well, getting all prepared for that, because it won't be too long until all of that. In any case, as I was watching an episode of Arthur, Baxter's mum made this comment.
You could do that now.
And I thought, yeah, why am I faffing about going like, oh, I don't have the time to make a video? I do. I just gotta get on with it. What I'm gonna start by doing is just get a few materials with the energy that I have left. And actually, that reminds me, I have a tiny little change that I've made to show off, and I wanted sprockets. Excellent. What I've done is, because my slot 4 that I've got at the moment is perfectly good at doing things quickly, I've slightly repurposed my slot 2, because that always used to be my fast slot, right? But now slot 4 has so many different purposes, all of the main material farming stages, and fast stuff with the manic line and the maglev as well. So now, my slot 2 is more metal focused, so I've turned what was on the top to a full Cool Japan combo. We've still got Flying Ninja and the Waitress, which is the way that I do facing danger personally, and that means with the Flying Ninja, the benefit of that is with high boost, so we got the speed up. So it's still fairly fast for things like Love Metal Hippo. If I ever need to do that for a mission, we can get through it nice and quickly, and it can be of quite a lot of help in Siege of Hippo as well. I'm weighing up whether to perhaps just have this combo here and sacrifice Cool Japan in place of having the smaller attack up, the Sister Act, and the rather newer combo, this one, Miracle Performance. Apparently it's not really even that good, but it's just a bit more Monaco, isn't it? A bit more critical hit. And I think that is very anti-metal-y, still has the attack up in it, and possibly a few more critical hits. Though we are talking about Monaco, so possibly not. Looks like we're still in the midst of the Crash Fever collab, which is good, because that is a possible thing to do. We're in the guaranteed stage at the end of the Crash Fever collab, and it is a guaranteed roll. We're gonna do that. That seems like a perfectly sensible thing to do. I'm going to have 550 cat food left over afterwards. Let's do it then. What are we going to get? Try 11 times? Yes, let's use that cat food and spin around the golden capsules do. And we first of all get Gardener. That's alright, because I really like Weed Whacker at this point. Welterweight, that's alright, because that's floor 38. Cat Gunslinger, not so much. Viking Cat, not that important. No, alright. Thief Cat, no, alright. Gardener Cat, yeah, alright. Swordsman Cat, quite a lot of plus levels now. Archer Cat, well, no, not really. Thief Cat, no, not really. It's Mobius. That's probably it, isn't it? I've heard, at least through Kobe's tweets, that he wasn't happy about getting like 3 Mobiuses. But maybe having 1 Mobius is still fine. And 1 Mobius is better than nothing at all, which mathematically I couldn't have got, but we'll ignore that. I haven't got Crash Fever Ruby yet, so where would that be? Literally nowhere, because I haven't unlocked it yet. I keep doing that. Use them all. That should be plenty of plus levels for my stuff. Now, I guess we can briefly have a look at that. Go a bit further through this menu to, first of all, Swordsman Cat. Well, Cator, plus 18. Weed Whacker, plus 14. And Swordsman, plus 31. Wow. Now, what I've decided to do is keep the exact level equal to the plus level, just for some nice aesthetic numerical value. So, tiny bit of hypermaxing for you. You are now level 31 plus 31. What a lad. Here's Mobius, earnest lady scholar with a strong heart, dropping in from Crash Fever. Huge damage versus red, and a bit of knockback. Now she's miraculous Mobius, of course she is. Through dedicated effort, she's perfected her skills and colour. Level 30 at the very least for you. I've got enough XP for that. That'll give us a little bit more user rank that I won't use the rewards from. Excellent. Right. Is there anything new? There's probably something new, because here's another thing I haven't done. Update 7.5 stuff. That was just sprung upon me from nowhere. I was still like, it's update 7.4. I might do a video about a Toto or something. And then it was like, bam! Update 7.5. I'm like, excuse me. I'm working in my own sort of sedate way, driving along at 10 miles an hour in gear 1. Look at you with your motorway speeds, piling down these updates in the fast lane. I don't need none of that. And I just got really intimidated and confused. So I just buried my head in the sand like an R-Ost and I haven't done anything. So maybe there's an opportunity to do something now. Of course, we've still got the collab stages. I think they're all equipped to the end of their respective stages, aren't they? They'll make loads of NG refills when and if I need them. Golly me, is that a bit of politics? Oh, I feared this. Oh, I was so looking forward to a political, exciting adventure where I could talk about my A-levels, and I guess I still can. But it's a lucky ticket G stage, which fills me with great sadness. Well, okay, let's hope there's some nice socialistic themes through this. Seeing red, I also haven't done that. The first stage is Premium Friday, which I guess is supposed to be like Black Friday. That's got nothing to do with socialism. Get out of here. I like the fact that we seem to be working backwards relative to the usual way of going through levels. Look at this handsome fellow. Is he voting? I think on my Cyberpunk, we're keeping everything roughly where it is. I like keeping things roughly where they are. Peach Devils, brilliant against red. And then after that, might get a Meg Aphrodite. Seems sensible to me. And I can just sit and admire. I can no longer sit and admire this fancy red fellow. Red, the colour of socialism, typically. I'm liking these themes. The next stage is Total Professional. Come on then, teacher, worker, pengs, whoever you are. There's a boar and my red fellow, who I still haven't looked up. Highly professional as usual. Nothing changes. Usually, I mean, that's the way that it is. I do like this fellow, though. I do want to find out the story behind him, because he does seem interesting. I'm going to bring out a Cyberpunk next. Reason being that my Peach Devils aren't going to be able to proc on point forever, and they're going to need some extra assistance in the slow department. Or not. We could just finish off the boar entirely. It's the second stage. I guess that's at least a tiny bit understandable. But it's good to see we have everything absolutely under control. Core time! You know, for a sub-level what's-it thing called Workers' Revolution really isn't very socialist at all. This is some kind of satirization of an office environment, isn't it? And I'm not for that. I haven't worked in an office. I've worked at my desk shouting at a microphone hoping people will listen to it quite a few hours later when it's on the YouTube sphere. I don't know what all these things mean. Core time. More like procrastination. It's all taking and no giving. Would you get your otter right back in the background? 'Cause it's scaring me. I need it back away, 'cause I'm going to die. If anything gets much closer, I will shoot at them, but it might all be for nothing, 'cause I can't find rhymes, can't find anything to rhyme with the hurried sentences that I have time for. It looks like after my singings, everything's under control. That either means that my singing has an incredible calming effect, or they're so scared of it that they want to be away from the battlefield. Practically ignoring all the zombie enemies in this stage. I don't even have to be scared of them, because you know why? The reason why is because we've already have a victory. With 2 lucky ticket Gs that I'll probably forget to use and not be particularly disappointed that I haven't. Maternity leave forever. I guess that's somewhat of a relatively warm political topic at the moment. Should it be balanced between maternity leave and paternity leave, getting the same rights to it? I think that's perfectly sensible. Don't you? What do you think, Owlbrow? Now, this Owlbrow can kill my Jizo pretty quickly, so what I think I'm gonna do is, instead of faffing about trying to get a few shots in here and in there with my Jizo, is expand my view a little bit. Just wait a little bit and see if there isn't anything scary coming along, and then I'll just upgrade my worker cat in the meantime, because I don't see any reason why not. It's just going to be Owlbrow after Owlbrow for at least a little bit, so that's fine. I can keep going like this. Level 5 worker cat seems acceptable, and from there, an Eva 00, that's anti-floating, isn't it? That might be a sensible thing to do. Let's span out the eraser time to a little bit later. We killed one of them anyway with like pretty much just meat shields. Well, that's fine. We can get rid of the other one with Eva 00. Lovely stuff. And now let's move ahead, and the boss will hopefully let me. Right. Okay, Peach Devils, activate! Right, there's a Bun. Good for Eva 00. There's red enemies. Good for Peach Devils. Meg Aphrodite's coming up along for stuff to splash damage. Good for Meg Aphrodite. I think we're fine. Unless this Bun is extra scary. I don't have my actress cat with me, so what on earth am I gonna do? You know, I still stand by the fact that Mother Cat can be useful, but I am slightly concerned at the amount of people now asking me, I haven't got Mother Cat, what do I do? Because it is true that Mother Cat is possibly the most useless part of the Chapter 3 Moon lineup. It's just a helpful equivalent of Paris Cat that can help you to win sometimes. But I think I might have put a little bit too much weight on it there, so I don't know. I'm just voicing my inner conscience. I mean, what is this video going to do about that? Nothing. Bam! That's another level done. Another 2 lucky ticket G's. Oh, whoop-de-doo for me. Right, 101 energy. Of course it would be the last stage because it's the weird system of the lucky ticket G stages where they're all different amount of energy, which makes no sense from a lucky ticket point of view, and you can't do it with all your energy. But what have we got that could give back the energy? You know it. I know it. We all know it. It's seeing red, which I also haven't done. Look at the amazing segue we've got going on there. Right, so it's a time score stage. Get cool rewards by clearing score total based on your times to clear stage. Well, we know that. We've seen that many a time. Sands of the East, and we need to get 8,500 on it. I'm gonna go to my slot 4. I was gonna say I'm gonna put together something anti-red, but this is mostly anti-red because of the one horn in Deep Sea Dying, the Shy Boy in Torture Room. It's sort of geared against red enemies by virtue of the material stages that it goes against. So really, slot 4 has been of great use to me today, and we won't have that much of an energy loss. In fact, if I really want to be efficient with this, I could head my way over to Torture Room first and then have a complete 870 energy profit, which to me sounds phantasmic. My bathtub and my elemental duelist, and then I bring out Can once Shy Boy's been knocked back, which kills it in 1, and then a Maglev runs over to the base, smashes it, gone, and we get absolutely nothing. Well, thank you for that. I feel better about the energy, I guess, but that wasn't particularly brilliant. You know one great thing about this Crash Fever background? The little scroll bar is now more visible than ever. Sands, I get it. Desert, that makes sense. I don't know why I thought it would be anything else. I keep doing this, like being surprised by fairly obvious wordplay, but I shall need worry because it really doesn't matter. BB Bunnies are going to set up an A Bahamut, which is going to crash into them, unfortunately, but hopefully it will still be decently fast, although 8,000 whatever it was score is quite a lot, and actually I might need to work a little bit harder and better at this because at the moment I'm fluffing it up just a tiny bit. I could use the monies from these one horns a lot more efficiently. And yeah, I'm causing myself a lot more trouble than I actually need to. Oh, I'm not actually getting to the base. This is going to be an utterly dreadful score. Just you watch. I thought we were going to hit the base. Done on that one. Okay, we got it there. Oh, we just about done it. That was about as shoddy as could have possibly still got me through. And I'll take that. Thank you very much. And there's stars to it. Good. That's loads of energy refills. 1 stage per thing. And that's another 1,700 energy just within seeing red. I'm going to use this on my Facing Danger then with my updated slot 2. Right, so instead of just the Flying Ninja and the Waitress at the same time, I'm going to do these 3, the Flying Ninja and the Waitress at the same time. Look at that. What a motley crew there. Seems like Craze Monaco is the only one that can properly keep up, but any kind of critical hit will still get rid of the Facey Boy, so it's going to be fine. Right, do your worst. Oh no! How has that happened? That doesn't make sense. Ideologically, this is a kind of very small and insignificant example as to why I think rapid change is a bad thing. Look at me rapidly changing that slot. Instead of making it better or more exciting, we just lost entirely. But in this case, I would like to be stubborn and find out why on earth that didn't work, because I have no idea and that doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna do not quite exactly the same thing, so I accidentally tapped on Paladin. We have units, they've hit the base, so why is it any different? I don't get it. I mean, it must be that somehow he succeeds in an attack there, but then he perhaps doesn't succeed in an attack if you just put out this and the Waitress, because I think I remember his mouth opening. Maybe he misses an attack, and maybe that's what it's all about. I'm going to watch this more closely. Maybe this strategy is more clever than I actually thought it was. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. Someone tell me why that happens, but he misses an attack, and therefore this strategy is actually a lot more advanced than I thought it was. Before heading to the last level then, let's look at this new exciting enemy that I was going on about and wanted to find out the identity of. Well, at the moment we've got Crash Fever all over there. Dynamites. Here we go. Enemy CTO seal. Oh, Chief Technical Officer. There's no budget for that, so it's a bit more Mr. Robot, less House of Cards. Well, I tell you what, for me, he looks a little bit like Vince Cable. So I guess that means he's rubber stamping pieces of work. I guess that makes equal amounts of sense, but not more sense. I prefer my democratically interested seal instead. So off with you. Let's do something even more fascinating and that is, of course, spend my lucky capsules G. Of course, 9 of them. How very exciting. I have to open them individually, the largest number in which I still have to do that. A Catamin B? Fair enough. I use Catamin Bs when I do the little Siege of Hippo thing. That's alright. 1,000,000 XP. Okay, that's better than I usually get. That will do. Not great for my argument against Lucky Ticket Gs, but anyway, another Catamin B. Alright, equal now, during this roll, 1 Siege of Hippo. And there we got 1 left over. Another Lucky Capsule G. 500,000 XP. Well, this is quite an extraordinarily good version of Lucky Ticket G Fortune. Catamin A, not really much use for that as far as my account is concerned. Maybe I'm missing something. 100,000 XP, we're going a bit downhill now. Penultimate ticket, what am I going to get from that? A, it's a Catamin B. It's just a Catamin A. Oh, well, that was extremely underwhelming. I'm not too sure about all of that. I feel like that wasn't such an interesting experience. But at least they're not going to go to waste. I got a little bit more XP and I can do a Catmin stage if I'm up at 3 in the morning. Yay. Late night shake up then. I've done my energy to an absolute perfect point, may I say. 300 energy for 300 energy. Spent a little bit on a growing stage to get a blue catfruit seed that I might not have even got. Then waited a little bit and here we are. Gonna get another beautiful energy profit, hopefully, if we win. But will the face stop us from doing that? I doubt that considerably, but there's a pang to start off with even more imposing than the face itself. I'm gonna take things slowly. It's not a time score stage. Just gonna be sensible about this. And Uek, he's a strong boy. We got the red bloke here already. Actually, all said, I don't really know what to do about that. I think a lot of Manic Erasers, just keep them where they are and then try and get Cyberpunk, I think. That was a mess up from me. Oh, on my part, I might have just ruined myself away from victory. If I'd have been a little bit better with those meat shields, I would have been able to keep them back a bit further and they probably would have been in range of the slow beam. But now Cyberpunk is objectively useless and doing absolutely nothing except for stalling the second red bloke, which isn't going to help because he's now run past the beam and I'm going to have to start again. It's not that dramatic, I just failed a little bit. I'm going to do Erasers again and then just try and do Cyberpunk again, but this time a little bit earlier because if a pang gets past these, I don't have to worry quite as much as if the red bloke got past these, but it hasn't and we've got that rooted in place, so now we can bring out the meat shields a little more, upgrade the worker cap, which is probably necessary when putting out meat shield. Don't objectively know that yet, still need to make that video. Been thinking about that for absolutely ages. And next on the plan is to get myself probably, I don't know now, probably Meg Aphrodite. I think that will be most sensible. Loads of enemies, loads of damage, equals fewer enemies. Good old maths. Meg Aphrodite is up and away. I'm not sure there was ever that much inherent danger within this stage. It's not one of those horrible no continues ones. That would have been a right royal mess up if it was. I'd gauge my energy perfectly and then I'd just lost the stage. But we get tries, we get to attempt again and we get to succeed after working out what we did wrong before. There's a shy boy, but no more difficult than things usually are. Or is it? Find out after the break because my doorbell's just rung. The danger persists as I reappear from doorbell answering and we've got the beam trouble again. Although they may have played into our hands with a bit of damage there. Mag Aphrodite back in the game with a little bit of damage and this stage is far more difficult than the other ones. I'm suddenly having genuine and actual trouble, which must mean that it's slightly less than easy stage. Well, I'm going to persevere. I'm going to try and get through it because that was fantastic, whatever just happened there. Loads of enemies being cleared out, even more enemies being cleared out. We're about to get another Peach Devils and suddenly everything returns to being back under control. Look at that. We had a brief little scare there. The revolution had pretty much started, but now we're back to how they were. Things aren't great. The economic system is still innately exploitative, but at least we get to make Battle Cats videos. Need to rethink my political statements. Fun fact, to tie in with all the red stuff in the video, socialism appearing in America and then disappearing again because of the Cold War was called the Red Scare. Look at that! I wonder how condescending it seems telling Americans about American history. Well, that is Workers' Revolution successfully quashed, I guess one could say. That gives me plenty of energy for Heavenly Tower and any other stuff that we see fit to do. I need to get a move on my Heavenly Tower. I'm not that far through it. Only at 25, so that's something to get a move on onto. But all said, I think we've been quite successful. Perhaps not in the role. That wasn't entirely great. And I forgot entirely to actually use Mobius, which is quite ironic, seeming as she's an anti-red. But these sort of things slip your mind. But at least it didn't slip my mind to make a video, and at least it didn't slip your conscience to click on this video. And in that vein, I would like to thank you for popping along and watching this video. I'll be off now, so I'll see you later. That's a goodbye from me, and I hope you enjoyed.